Thank you for tuning into the Papi Jae Wize El Jefe on the BS3 network. Before we dive into the show, we'd like to remind our viewers that the opinions expressed on this show are solely those of the host. The BS3 network does not necessarily endorse or agree with any of the views we express on this program. Furthermore, the BS3 network is not responsible for the accuracy or timeliness of any information discussed on this show. While we strive to provide informative and entertainment content, we cannot guarantee the accuracy of everything said on Papi Jae and Wize El Jefe. With that said, we encourage our viewers to take everything discussed on the show with a grain of salt and to do their own research and fact-checking when appropriate. Thank you for understanding, and now let's get into the show. And welcome to another episode of Papi Jae and Wize El Jefe. I am Wize.
And I am Papi Jae.
All right, so we're going to start this off with Chris Rock's special on Netflix, which aired recently. And we both, I sat here while you played it and I listened to it. What did you think?
I'm a Chris Rock fan, so I thought it was good. I'm glad that he did it in the structure he did it. I think people got it wrong. People expect like a roasting of Will Smith, and he's still a comedian, so he got to do stand up. So he did it correctly. He did it. I think the way he ended it was the way he's supposed to end it, and the topics he spoke on was excellent.
So some people were offended over the fact that he kept calling Jada a bitch. That's how he felt. That was it. Come on, he felt that she was the root of all of it, which a lot of people felt because we know about the entanglement. I'm saying why Chris he joked about it. He said, but he chose to smack him. There was plenty of people who talked about him, Drink Champs,
everywhere,
everyone,
even me
was making fun of him, even you. So why did he come slap you?
Because he ain't from the hood no more. Come out here with that dumb shit. What the fuck is wrong with that nigga? Nah, but I'm gonna pose something. So let's flip this a little bit. Say you the parent of the child or kid, young kid, whatever, that she slept with and could have took the mental thing that she said she was trying to help him with and made it worse. So now, as a parent, what do you think she gonna call Jada? A bitch.
Well, probably worse. It's probably
all right, but it's still gonna be that filthy bitch or that, and the bitch is in there. It ain't gonna be that Jada. They ain't gonna say that. So and that's what he means by selective outrage. If that was Mega Stallion or somebody like that, one of them gangster rappers or rappers like trap rappers, people call him a bitch. Some people would refer to them as bitch, like that ain't late, like oh, she's a bitch. But you can't call people that. It's like, oh, she got so much money that she's above being called a bitch, and she's not. Women are women all the way across the board. So if I'm gonna call an average woman or a woman from the hood in my neighborhood a bitch for doing some shit like that or looking at that in some like nasty, fucked up way, she shouldn't have put. Listen.
First of all, that red table should never fucking happen.
That's where we're gonna go, and that's because she's a gangster bitch. So she thought she could just sun this like that. You talking about the wildest thing ever?
Yo, put your business out there where you make your husband the practical joke of everyone. He is the butt of everyone's joke.
And that goes to show how much that bitch didn't care about his mental health. There's no way a woman expects a man to sit on camera and just take the shit that my wife is going to tell me about her entanglement. There's no way, dude. You just can't sit a man down at a table except for Will Smith. Except for Will Smith. Like, that's what I'm saying. That's some insane shit to even agree to that. Nah, I'm not answering no questions about this one right here. I am lost. And nobody, he didn't do that. And she didn't do that. And that was some bitch shit on both their parts. But the selective outrage is what he's talking about. You'd be mad at something like that, but then if it was, I wonder if it was a white woman, would the outrage be mad? If it was a white woman or a black woman that wasn't to the stature of her. And Chris Rock said that. Because in all comedians stand up, there's a woman that's a bitch. Most of them.
Oh, even during the show sometimes.
All right, so then the selective outrage because he called her a bitch.
But he didn't call her. Well, okay, yes, he called her a bitch now. But I'm saying, but over the situation was the joke, whatever the joke was, all he referenced was G.I. Jane 2. He didn't say nothing about boy. He said like
that right there was selective outrage too. I thought that was funny. She could play G.I. Jane.
Yeah.
The hair condition is the hair condition, but we ain't gonna act like people is dying from this hair condition. Like this is the next step after cancer or some shit. We can't put all these things in the seriousness as some of the shit that really kill people. You can't have the same sympathy for somebody that hair is losing their hair.
Men lose their hair all the time.
Listen, you can't. Like I said, you can't talk about anything except black people, and it not be outraged like that. And black people just outrage everything. Everybody got a cult. Everybody got a hive. So you can't say nothing about everybody because all the rich people have gangs. They all gangsters. They all have a hive. Cardi B has a hive. Beyonce has a hive. That's gangster shit. That's gang shit. That if you even say something, a stranger could run up on you.
So
like
so let's be honest. So what you're saying is Beyonce's beehive
is a gang.
Will fuck people up for Beyonce?
What? She don't even gotta say nothing, but this bitch annoys me. And next thing you know, they're gonna get harassed online. Anything. Like they'll look you up, send letters to your house. Like that's a gang shit. That's gang shit. They making a gang. Like they got their own gangs. It ain't Bloods and Crips, but they got gangs, dude. Everybody. Kanye has a gang. Everybody got like certain people have hives. Some people have I go a cult, gang, whatever you want to call it. I mean, they're all the same to me. All I'm saying is I think Chris Rock was gentle, even with the shit he did talk about.
Yeah.
He could have went in. He could have pointed out details. He knows these people. They all was in the acting arena together at one point. All of them wasn't surpassed. Nobody was surpassed nobody. So they was all in that realm of trying to get to this stardom that they at now. So he knows them. Man, listen, dude, this is comedy. You tried it. You ain't that great at it, but you tried it. That's why I like that he referred to him as a rapper. Because that's how he came up as a rapper. It's not actor and none of that shit. You don't get that title. You did some rap shit. That was some rapper shit. Slap a nigga on the stage. An actor don't do that, man. That was some rapper shit.
Professional don't do that shit.
Nah, man. They wasn't even sitting next to each other at that first
He walked up to him and slapped him.
But I'm saying him and Jada wasn't even sitting next to each other.
But they technically
that shows already that something is wrong. This your wife.
They were sitting
at separate tables.
They were sitting at the same table. No, they were sitting at the same table.
Man, he sat in that middle chair a little off.
He was a little further. He was like the table's like this, and he was sitting at a certain spot. Yeah,
his feet wasn't under the table.
No, but
he probably was mad that he even went.
He was close enough so when she gave him the glance, like
yeah, they was in the same area. They wasn't husband and wife at that show because he was going through something.
Okay,
I gotta walk around with you after this, man. People gonna see me with you after this crazy shit you put on your red table. I'm outside. I can't even be outside.
So you're gonna say he had a mental breakdown. Let's say he snapped.
Listen, Will in his sober right mind would not have done that. But you got her with her weight.
So you think the weight of the entanglement is what broke the camel's back, is what that and
No, not the weight of entanglement. It being on the red table for the world to see. Not they've been entangling. That was the word for years.
She just made it known that my husband's a bitch.
A bitch. Yeah, I'm swinging the lead in this family.
So that's what she was. That was
yeah. If I'm like if you trying,
so if we look at it at that aspect, then we should, as men, and you're pro man, you are pro man. This is your word. That's what you claim, right?
Yeah.
We should feel some sort of kind of want to help the brother out. Like,
nah, he's rich. He's rich. I don't got time to help a brother out that's rich. You should have the resources to help yourself.
You should have the right. So you should have the right.
I would recommend therapy. He's not over that, man. Dude, this is online. The whole world. People from different countries know.
Yes,
that this nigga wife brought him on TV to tell him the details and intimate actions of her entanglement. There's nobody in their right mind. But every other man would have slapped that bitch. And you be wrong because it's on camera. And you shouldn't do that.
So it's okay off camera.
Off camera, they don't give a fuck. That's what I'm saying. The word was always that they had an open relationship. For years, it was always out there that they had an open relationship. They just know. So he don't care that she's sleeping with this young boy. He know that. The nigga spent a night at the house. We talking about putting it in the air for the world to witness. And then kind of like pressuring me to do it. You don't know how he agreed to do that.
Sunning them. Maybe she didn't know. Maybe she just hit him with it at the red table.
Man, if she did that, then he's a bitch. Cause my reaction would have been, you would have seen something crumbling. You would have felt the table shit rattle. As she caught me off the spot with this shit, you would have seen mad actions that say, I'm not with this shit. Not tears. Not tears. That'd have been the last thing you would have saw from me if I was in that situation. I'd be mad.
I didn't see the red table because
I ain't watch it. I watched glimpses of it. And every one they clipped, that nigga was crying. so then just imagine you got to deal with this. And you trying to make Bad Boys 3 and all this shit. Niggas got mad jokes. You don't know how his life was behind that shit, man. Producer woman like, yo, you better not talk to me after getting something like that. Like you could, yo, like it could be so much things that he went through, yo. That was mad wrong.
So that kind of fits of what we say that men are being attacked.
Men are definitely being attacked, yo.
So
there's no way that a nigga could do that to a female.
Oh no,
and they go so
calmly. Oh hell no. He'll be called every single name under the bus.
Why?
It's funny because he still got called every single name. He was the victim in the situation.
I still got the blame.
Still got called all the names under the bus.
Because he could have, that wasn't, as men, that was a letdown of a response to some shit like that. Let's not get it twisted, man. As a man, that I felt bad for Will, man. I felt I felt bad for him, but he did some bitch shit, so I can't help him.
But prior to the Chris Rock slap, you felt bad for him.
Hell yeah! Prior to the Chris Rock slap, I was calling her way more worse names than Chris Rock called her. I didn't say it on. I didn't say it on air. I didn't say it on air, but in my head, every time that situation came up, I was like, "Yo, she always was the gangster." She was friends with Tupac. This nigga wasn't. He was a clean boy.
Son, listen, she let it be known.
She set it off on him like the movie, nigga.
She was like, yo, he never compared to Pac.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Look at this shit. All your life, you've been in love with this woman because he was in love with her. And she never was in love with this nigga.
You think
But
she
he's
ever
wrong.
You don't think she ever loved him?
Man, that's what I'm saying. So what is love then if you're going to do shit like that? What is love if you would air something like that? How would you verbally just say he can't compare it to this nigga? That's not love, man. And these chicks is bugging because they champion shit like that. That's not love. And then you get mad because somebody call you a bitch. That's some bitch shit. Everything, her whole actions. Like let's bring it from the whole app. Well, anyway, I love the show. And I don't have no problems with nothing he said.
Even the stuff he talked about his daughter.
Nothing. I would have did the same shit. Sometimes hard lessons have to be learned. I'm glad that at least he said that he did that shit. Like you got to make choices. If you leave it up to the mother, everything will be okay. Sometimes you got to let them fall. And if they ain't never going to fall because you all the way up, then you got to sometimes trip them to bring them back to life or you're going to lose them. So nothing he said was wrong. He's a parent. He did what's best for his daughter that he thought was best. And a lot of people out here think they doing what's best for their kids and they ain't doing nowhere near close. So I have no issues with what he said. I don't have no issues with anything. I think that was a pretty decent stand-up. Like touched on everything. Transgender, everything. Like he did it neatly, clean. So anybody that gets offended is just a hater.
So yeah, I heard it. Anyway, and I listened to it. I enjoyed it. I thought
it wasn't crazy. He wasn't ranting. He wasn't nothing.
Nah, he said it hurt. Yeah, I slapped. Like it was funny. It was funny to me.
Yeah, it was all right. He could have. That's why I say he could have did way worse.
No, he could have.
He could have dragged that nigga.
He could have said some real harsh shit.
He could have dragged both of them.
And he was nice with. He could have like.
He didn't include the kids. He didn't include nobody. He kept it with them two. And that's what I mean by clean. He didn't have to drag the whole nutty ass family in this.
But you did. You just had to drive the whole.
I'll drag the nutty ass, but I ain't Chris Rock.
All right, so we're gonna take a break, man. And the next segment is it's a clip that I sent you. So I know I sent you a couple of clips, but it's the one where the dude is his girl isn't really appreciating everything.
Oh.
All right, so we'll be right back. We'll go to a quick break. Attention all business owners. Are you tired of managing your finances and taxes on your own? Let the experts at 1-800-TaxMasters help. Our team of experienced professionals offers a range of services to help you keep your finances in order, from personal and business tax returns to monthly accounting, quarterly and annual tax planning, and virtual controller and CFO services. With our virtual services, you can get the support you need without ever having to leave your office. Don't let taxes and finances stress you out any longer. Visit www.1800taxmasters.com today and let us handle the numbers so you can focus on growing your business.
What do you get when you watch or listen to the Life Happens podcast? Well, I'll let them tell you.
Kim and I are both ministers of the gospel, and what Life Happens podcast is a beautiful balance by simply taking our spirituality with real life and merging it together to create a beautiful balance. And that's what we do.
BS3 Network proudly presents Life Happens podcast, where Christianity and life intersect. Live every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central.
BS3 Network, changing the way you watch TV.
Steph Curry, Tim Anderson, Jordan Alvarez. And it's caught! Deebo Samuel with the catch. Michael Jordan can sense. The throw just got the king.
BS3 Network.
The hottest of hot takes. The coldest of cold, hard facts. This is Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson. Weekdays at 8 a.m. Eastern. Check your local listings for your viewing and listening pleasure.
All right, so earlier in the week, I sent you a clip. It had to do with a gentleman who some people would think it was a nice gesture. He laid rose petals and stuff. I had a nice romantic evening planned, and she didn't like that. She didn't want that. She was telling him he could do better. She didn't want that. She didn't think a nice petal of roses and whatever it was. It looked like it was a nice setup. It looked like it was something. I'm saying he just wanted to do something romantic, and she didn't want that. I think she was expecting
a car.
That's what she was expecting.
A car.
That's what she was expecting. I don't know.
She wasn't expecting flowers and teddy bears and candy. She wasn't expecting what Valentine's Day is. They tell you is the key ingredients to a nice Valentine's Day is flowers, candy.
But I don't think it was for Valentine's Day. I think it was just something he was trying to be romantic, and Shorty wasn't having it. She told him he could do better.
He could. You go find another female. That's it. That's your do better. If anybody tell me I could do better, that's the green light to go meet other people. Like, I could do better. I didn't have to buy you shit. You didn't even know I was buying you this. This was a surprise. And you telling me I could do better. I'm out of here. That's why I said, what is love? It's getting expensive to love some of these women. Very expensive. High price. And then they get mad when you call them anything outside of a woman. Or they get mad when you tell them you ain't going to do something. You ain't spending this much money on this. You ain't doing that. They don't care about your budget.
That leads to the next video I sent you. I guess it was from some show. I don't know what it was. But Shorty wanted a $250,000 wedding. $250,000.
Wasn't that fresher?
I don't know.
Thought that dude was fresher.
Probably. I don't know who he is.
Yeah, I think that's who that was.
So anyway, Shorty was like, no. He was like, yo, let's go to City Hall, take that money, invest it, build something, right? She was like, no. Do I look like a City Hall bitch? And that was like, and that's just like $250,000 on one day, for a wedding. What is the logic in that, bruh?
It's for likes. They do everything for likes, man. It's a TV show. They're bad enough they're on a TV show. So everything is for likes. People don't want love no more.
But I mean, just even in a situation, say that wasn't that case, right? Say it was just a regular case where he is somewhat successful. He makes good money.
I'll say this. He was under pressure and he's not good under pressure. Because I wouldn't have said, let's go to City Hall. But I throw something in the backyard. I do something small in the house.
But I'm not spending $250,000.
I'm not spending more than the house on a wedding. And the house ain't these days. House ain't even $250 if you try and get a nice one. So I'm not gonna spend $250,000 on something that's, let's be honest, it's gonna sound messed up. That's not an investment.
Well, that's a loss, and every
liability,
every single kind of way.
That's a liability. I spent $250 and then you dump me 2 days later. That is gonna hurt me. Not that you dump me, but that I spent $250. I could take the dump, but I ain't taking the dump after I just put $250 invested in what? a look. Everything is for likes, man. Women are losing their mind. Most women are losing their mind with this likes and what you got and keeping up with the Joneses, whatever you want to call it. Everybody's trying to outdo each other, out beauty each other, out tell them who got the biggest sucker as a man. Know what I'm saying? Like, oh, my man spent $250. I don't even love this nigga. Like,
yo, seriously, son, she really got upset.
I'm just saying, it's scary out here, man. It's scary. Women, even the broke women, even the hood, the bottom of the bottom.
So that leads to another video that I saw. So this chick is standing outside. This dude comes, start talking to her, whatever. She goes, "Oh no, I can't talk to you. You broke." She's like, what do you mean? Oh, because you live here. Because I live here. So basically, you live here, so I can't talk to you. Whatever. You need to have this. You need to have that. And then he was like, I got my own crib, pay my own bills. He goes, who you live with? Oh, I live with my mom. I said, he goes, that's your whip? Oh no, that's our whip. We share the whip. And he just break it down to her and like, where you work at? Oh no, he's like, yo, what I'm saying, where you work at? Or I work at, she said, some fast food joint. He goes, man, I'm out of here. What you mean? He says, yo, I don't even know why I'm wasting my time talking to a broke asshole. Talking about you want this, you want all, but you ain't got none of this. What are you bringing to? I got my own place. You live with your mom. You share a car with your mom. I have my own whip. What are you talking about, broke? Calling some dude broke, and you ain't got nothing. So that kind of, it's funny that you say even broke hoes be tripping.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, they pricey. Like, I don't even know where this inflation came from, yo. I didn't see no improvement, and I didn't see no changes in certain people's lives but it's the market. It's like the NFL. The market has been reset for all women. So now that's the market. And then they wonder why dudes go abroad. The market out here is insane.
We did discuss that.
You got to go abroad. You don't have to if you with the challenge of this market. Like me, I love the challenge. Like it is. It's entertaining.
If you didn't want the challenge, you would get yourself someone.
If I didn't want the challenge, I'd be on anything, and I wouldn't even swipe right unless it was somebody from abroad. I don't care where abroad. It just wouldn't be here because this shit is crazy. The market changed, and if you ain't with the
landscape change, right?
Landscape changed ridiculously, and not without any elevation in life and the lifestyle of some of these women. Like their lifestyle ain't changed from, but the price changed.
Except now they could go on OnlyFans and make some.
I'm not even bringing up none of that, man. I'm talking about nothing in their life changed. No evolution. Some of these women didn't evolve 1 minute, but they hit the market. They made it to this part of the market, and now your price is up. So now every woman think that they supposed to mess with somebody that's not from where they live. So what's up with the dudes from where they live? Who they mess with? Who they get to mess with? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you live in the projects, or if you rent in a house with your mother, live with your mother, share a car with your mother, but your price is up, like, come on, man. That is real selfish. That's selfish to even talk to a dude like that. You shouldn't even be where a dude could stop you then. None of the people that you interact with should be a broke nigga then. Which means you live in a broke neighborhood and you a broke bitch. And we got to keep that in mind when you start telling dudes that got they at least established a job,
their own place, car
by itself, pay bills. Come on, that's hard for some of these women. That's not easily maintained. That's why they got Section 8 and all that stuff. Because it's not easy to maintain. It sounds good. Everybody that I know that ran away when their moms told them don't get pregnant had a rough life until they figured it out. Why? Because living on your own ain't easy. And if you ain't trying to do nothing to generate this kind of income for a single living lifestyle, then that's not cheap, man. That's not cheap. People act like that. Men don't get credit for that. It used to be that when men was the ones living in their dad mommy's basement. That was a joke back then. They always got a joke about, man. That was just saying, oh, you live in your mother's basement. Well, now you live with your mother and I don't live in the basement. So I grew and you just still the same person.
You haven't evolved.
But you can't talk to me because I can't finance my life and your life. That's the key to it. I'm a broke nigga because I can't include your lifestyle in my life. Or I don't want to include your lifestyle in my life. Because that's a bill.
It is.
And everybody's not.
And if you're not contributing to the bill.
Yeah, so why would I take on a bill that there's nothing coming back from it? Sex is all right, man, but there's a cap for me, man. I'm not going over a certain budget for sex. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I got a budget, man, and my budget don't include somebody that wants to shop all day, shop online, sit on an IG, talk to her friends, be a nosy person, a gossiper. Like, I'm not investing in that. So there's no way. And that's what we not like. If we could joke and say, "Oh, broke bitch," or that, but the moral of the story is, these chicks ain't messing with you if you can't add their bills to your world.
Which is bull.
Which is insane. Just fucking nuts. Well, y'all need therapy. Like, y'all need counseling and everything. Y'all need pills. Y'all need everything. If y'all think that's the way it's supposed to be. Let a man go up to somebody and say, yo, I can't mess with you because you can't pay my bills. We look mad cheesy. They'll rag us, have memes of us. But a woman could just say that to a guy, and we look at it as like money, the gold digger. But they only asking for something. They only looking for what? Prince Charming. They're looking for somebody that would take care of them. That's it. They just don't understand that it'd be nice that the guy that wants to take care of you can expect that you'll take care of him. I don't have a problem taking care of somebody if they're taking care of me. But if you're not even if you have no even empathy for the struggles I'm going through to get this money, or the struggles I'm going through to maintain what I got, and then add you into that, which means the struggles didn't stop, might even be a little more pressure. And if I'm willing to do that, then I need to know that you have my back 1,000%. And that's hard. That's why it's just hard. Like, that's why I tell you, if you ain't got the relationships I respect is the ones that started years ago.
Yeah.
These relationships these days, I don't respect that shit. I could look at certain situations, just put like the expiration date on it. Like, this ain't gonna last past this pandemic. This ain't gonna last. This ain't gonna last past another pandemic. Like, if we get locked in again, a lot of these people gonna be single again. Because now who's making the money if you ain't in a position to generate income? If everybody's on unemployment. It's the same people that be on unemployment that tell you they can't mess with you. Like, that's crazy. I wasn't on unemployment the whole pandemic. I'm up. I might have went through some ups and downs, but compared to you, I made it through the pandemic up. That's insane that you sat home and did IG stuff and did little artwork, and you got into your craft on unemployment dollars, and then go tell a nigga that you can't.
I was on unemployment for like 3 months, and then I started work again. So
nah, but I'm saying that was a casino. So when they shut down, you shut down. It's totally different than when you ain't even have a job and you just get that extra 600. Because I look at everybody that got that extra 600 a week different, because we started we started this company, the property maintenance company, put out a book during the pandemic, nigga.
Yeah.
That says a lot. You can't downplay me. That's why I be on my bullshit. You can't downplay me. I don't give a fuck at all.
Yes, we did. We did do those things.
All right.
We did.
While everybody else was getting, this wasn't the extra 600 a week. And a lot of people that got the extra 600 is looking real bad right now. So for you to tell me I'm a broke nigga, it's like, damn, you got all this money from the government and still couldn't invest right.
Couldn't invest in yourself, right?
You invested, but in some dumb shit that didn't last, or the wrong shit because you wasn't paying attention to the times and the shifts of how everything is going. We invested in stocks during the pandemic. Like, nigga, we was investing.
Yeah, we did.
I don't gotta wear the investments. You know what I'm saying? I don't gotta drive the investments. That's why it's an investment. A car is not an investment.
Yeah,
the car depreciates, so it can't be an investment.
You investment tips, right?
Yeah, I'm just saying, man. Stop it. If you're gonna talk shit to me, then you better have a company. Your company better. Not even saying your company gotta be doing great, but the trajectory gotta be positive.
Yes.
Like, you can't just talk to me like that. I don't care what anybody assumed from anything we did. I'm not here to tell you what I invested in. I ain't here to tell you who funded us. Just know nobody funded us. So ain't nobody gonna tell me I ain't worth shit. You crazy? I could have took that money and bought mad clothes, and tricked these bitches. I'd have been fly as hell, bagging everything. They'd have thought I was up because I'm wearing all the latest shit and had nothing invested. And that's when they get upset because they get bamboozled by those niggas. That's it. You get bamboozled by the exterior. And then next thing you know, 6 months down, like, yo, this nigga don't want to work. This nigga don't want to do nothing. This nigga's chasing Uber dreams. I heard chicks say all types of stuff, venting to me about their mans. I'm Mr. Vent. People vent to me about a lot of situations and how they interpret the things their man is doing. So I got a clear insight on how bad it is for men. Oh, if these men knew that they told me the shit that they told me, they'd be sick. They probably fight that chick. So I'm just saying, man, I just think it's sad. I think that it is the way of the times. I ain't an AI person. I ain't really one of them people. So I don't expect to date an AI chick. That's it. A metaverse chick. That's not my chick. Like, I know better now. I know what I want. I know what type of person I want. And I'm not with all the likes. I don't want nobody that's just more interested in likes and what people think of the situation they're in than the actual situation. Right. They don't care about the actual situation. They just care when they could post a nice pic of a new outfit, looking good at an elegant event. That's what it's all about. Lights, cameras, actions. Yeah. So keep looking, chicks. I mean, you'll find one that's up. You might have to go overseas. You might have to go abroad. You might have to go abroad too. Let's stop acting like women don't go abroad. They always be pointing out men. Women is abroad.
Oh no, listen. Okay. Wifey loves the 90-day fiance crap, and some of these women that go abroad and marry these people in other countries, in Africa, in India, it'd be some craziness, man. It'd be some craziness.
But is it? You got to do your homework before you show.
Is a show?
No, you just got to do your homework. If I'm going to marry somebody from Africa, man, they don't live like how we live. Their outlook on relationships ain't the same as ours.
Oh no, it's different. Some of them.
So when these bitches go out there thinking they hot shit, and they get sunned by Abdul or somebody, then they look savagely. But no, he's used to having multiple women. He's used to having bitches shut up. He's used to having them shut up, no opinion. Like, this is what it is in the other countries. Only in America, everybody got an opinion. When you think about it, that makes us the oddball. And we over here trying to force everybody else to do what we do. Nigga, they see us going nuts over here, can't even stick together as Americans. Fuck colors, Americans. Ukraine stick together as Ukraine. Africa, Ethiopia, they stick together as a country, a continent, whatever. We the only ones that don't stick together. And we display it on TV. It's just insane.
We
Like,
display everything on TV.
All right, so who's wrong?
That's
If
the message.
85%
That's
of
the
the
message
country,
that they put out there so we can watch.
who's wrong? The 85% of the country that like they wife to just cook and clean and relax, or America? I'm just saying, who's wrong? If 85, like,
Is that
that
the
means
number?
history.
85%. You think 85% of American males?
Nah, I'm talking about the world.
Oh, the world.
Country. Like 85% of other countries don't allow their women to talk. Don't allow their kids to talk.
So you wish. So that's what.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, calm down on judging people, man. Calm down. Y'all the only ones got too much voice. Like, that's it. Like, it's cool when we get our voice. It's cool when we do this, but don't abuse the voice. And to complain about everything, like Chris Rock said, everybody's in the ER with paper cuts. So what happens when somebody's got a gun wound or something? They got to wait because you got a fucking ER full of paper cuts? Because everybody's fucking distraught about something? That's why they got therapy, man. People, we've been telling you to go to therapy, and nobody wants to go to therapy because it's a bill that they can't afford. Yeah. Well, they probably could afford it. They just don't want to admit that therapy. Like, it's like frowned upon. But it helps. It ain't supposed to save, like, change your whole world. Just open up.
You know what it is? It's more you being able to let it out, being able to release whatever it is inside of you, and to. It's not for them to have a solution for you.
Nah, it's not. It's just for you to like
an outlet for you to just let someone you feel won't judge you, and not worry about what they're gonna say. Because if you go, it's not like talking to such and such, because you know such and such, you're gonna go back to tell this person and tell that. You know this conversation is gonna be held in the utmost. Like, I can spill my guts, and this person is gonna be like, all right,
you're supposed to go for closure and things that has lingered on in your life as you grew up.
But it's also good
because it all comes from childhood. We could mask everything, throw makeup on it to go to a party, but certain aspects of your childhood have great impacts on your choice, your decision making, how you view things. So when I was dealing with it, I wanted, like, reflecting on the past more than current actions. Like, let's find out why I keep making the same left no matter what, whenever this type of situation arises. Why never do I go right or whatever? So but you got to go there with that intent. Not go there because you was mandated, not go there because the court said you need it. You got to go there and really work on certain things. People don't want to look inside, because then you got to blame your parents. It all go back to upbringing. You got to look at some of the decisions. Why they
take a quick break, man. We'll be right back, man.
All right.
I want to do a TED Talk, but I don't have anything to talk about yet. I'm getting there.
Life is for the living. We're not here that long.
You can learn anything you want to learn without any money spent.
What do I really enjoy? What do I really want out of life?
I am your host, Wize.
Are you in a life holding pattern? Well, this is for you. Welcome to the Stuck in My Mind podcast. If you're looking for a sports program that gives you the flavor.
Washington Commanders? Really?
This whole thing stinks to high heaven.
That pulls no punches.
Thuggish act by a thuggish actor.
That gives you some humor.
Praise everything LeBron does and never criticize it.
If you want a show that gives you good times, then this is that show.
I am Cole Johnson, and welcome to
Cole Sports with a Z. Every Friday on Patreon, and every Saturday on YouTube, Spreaker, and all other outlets. Alicia.
You can't hold somebody to that standard if you haven't voiced what you want and what you're needing from that.
Mika.
If you're not communicating expectations, you're waiting for your feelings to be hurt.
Nicole.
Yeah. A lot of people don't want to take the time out to be alone and to get themselves together.
Ivan.
You got to be willing to work through stuff. And from the jump street y'all done had problems, maybe you don't need to be working through those.
BS3 Network proudly presents Queen 3 and King podcast. Live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central. Quinn.
Moment of clarity. I haven't watched BET in years.
KP.
Drake needs to come back with another triple platinum album.
E Digger.
And then you have Ray J. Like, I can't stand that River Cricket.
The Guru.
Okay, the level of crack she's smoking, I don't want it.
BS3 Network proudly presents the Knucklehead Chronicles podcast, where from card tips to hot topics to meet of the week, anything goes. Live every Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Central.
All right, and we're back, and we got special guest Taino in the building. Say hi, Taino.
Say what's up to the
What's
people.
up?
All right, bounce.
Audit was talking to you earlier.
All right, Bobby. All right, so so we're gonna discuss another clip I sent you in a situation where this man sent his wife, not his wife, his baby mama, $700 for his son's birthday to buy a PS5. So when birthday time comes and he's like, all right, yo, where's the PS5? Oh, I had to spend it on my other kids. They had to get presents. He says, yo, that ain't got nothing to do with me. I gave you $700 to buy my son a PS5. I have nothing to do with your kids. Those are your other kids. That has nothing to do with my son. Where's their father? Oh, you know, you're the only baby daddy that does anything for his kid. Again, why is it that my son has to suffer now when I gave you the money to buy the thing?
That sucks. That's why I don't give money. That's what my first thing is. Stop giving your baby mamas money. Whatever my son need, I'll buy it. I'll give you the present, but I'm not gonna. And that's asinine, because the PlayStation, you get my remotes and everybody gonna play it. It's not like your son is gonna not play it or share it with his brothers. So everybody benefits from PlayStation 5, which obviously we know the moms will never buy. So that was a house gift, but just a present to his son. It's not like, so I don't want to sound fucked up, but
no, sound fucked up. Go ahead.
There's no way in hell that excuse even flies with me. And then I'll be the next baby father like the other ones that don't do shit. Like, I'm not letting that fly. Like, you ain't gonna deprive my son. He asked me for this, obviously. I didn't just wake up one day and say, hey, let me get him a PlayStation 5. $700.
So like you said, you would go get it yourself now. Like,
yeah, because you got to. I've many a times you'll send money and then life happens. And then when you realize, and it's taking advantage of a nigga that you figure, all right, if I spend this on all of the kids, he'll just buy him a PlayStation anyway. He might be upset with me, but that's his boy. So he's still going to buy him a PlayStation. And I bet you that boy got the PlayStation. It just cost the dude $1,400.
And is that fair?
Man, I'm going to the house and confiscate $700 worth of shit. That's it. I'm gonna have a postmark. I'm taking
Obviously,
clothes.
she ain't got $700 worth of shit.
She got $700 worth of clothes.
So you taking the kids'
I bet
clothes?
she's dressed. I bet you she's dressed. I'll take
So
some wigs, everything. I'll put everything on postmark. Like you bugging $700. That shit don't come easy, man. And that excuse is just cheesy. Like there's certain things that I will say this. If you know that there's other children involved, there's certain occasions where you don't exclude them. If you're gonna order food to the house for them, then you order food for everybody, not just your kid. If you're gonna bring food to the house, like if you swung by a place and you figure I grab my son some McDonald's, if I know there's other kids there, then I gotta buy everybody something. When it comes to food,
yeah.
But when it comes to
his birthday,
holidays
or Christmas,
school, making sure he looked the way I want him to look when he walk up in that school building, I'm not including the whole clan. And you can't tell me I'm wrong for that. You wrong for messing with them kind of niggas that don't even help. Like you don't take accountability for shit. I'm supposed to work harder because your prior baby daddies cut you off. I'm supposed to and we ain't even together. Like, nah, you don't spread that.
It's one thing if you live together, yes.
Yeah. And even if you live together, then that PlayStation still gonna get bought the first time.
Yeah.
Because everybody's gonna benefit. I might have to buy a couple of extra remotes.
Yeah.
Well, matter of fact, I'm paying $700 for the PlayStation. You buy a couple of extra remotes for your other kids. Because the PlayStation you come with one. And that's it. Like you gotta think like that, man. Because or you're just gonna be paying. Now imagine his next birthday.
Well, he bringing a gift.
Man, I'm not even coming to that house. I'll pick him up and let him have a birthday where it's not like he's sharing it with somebody. People kind of conflict these things and try to bunch all these occasions together. It's his birthday. That shit he needs to feel that energy 24 hours at least. You can't just say happy birthday and then throw him in a dungeon with the other kids and they all upset because he got a PlayStation. Now you ain't gonna let him play it because there's only one remote and it's not fair. You don't need that, man. It's too much, man. People gotta talk, understand. These women just assume that you're supposed to do shit. And I don't even believe she spent the $700 on the kids. That's a lot. $700. Let's be like, I went shopping for kids, man. $700 is a lot, son. That's a lot of bags. And none of them go to these places that it really costs. Like, you go to Cookies. If you want to be expensive, if that's still there, Dr. J for kids. But most of them go to H&M. Most of them go to H&M and Marshalls and get the same name brand, the imperfected ones. Because that's what Marshall is. They got all the imperfections that didn't make the cut for the Macy's store or something like that. So you ain't spend even if you spend $700 in Marshalls or Burlington, that's a lot of bags. And she ain't carry all those bags. And that's just me and my analyzation of that whole lie right there. Like I spent it on the kids.
All right, but we're gonna end it on that note. You catch Papi Jae and Wize El Jefe every Friday night on the BS3 network, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is our new time. You got anything else you want to add?
Thoughts and prayers for you niggas. I ain't got nothing but thoughts and prayers for these niggas, man. I'm talking about the men. Like, oh man, we're under attack. That's it. That's all I got to say.
All right. Everybody have a good day. Good night.
Peace.